Hello and welcome to Lifetime Uncorked, the podcast where we discuss your favorite made-for-TV movies. Whether you love to hate watch or hate yourself for loving them, pour up a glass of your favorite cocktail and join us. I am your host, Patrick Serrano, and my guests today are...
I am Drew Current.
And I am Blake Donaldson.
Yeah,
Blake Donaldson.
Blake's here. Hi, Blake.
Hi. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good.
Yes, Blake's here. Funny story. I went to Marty's, had a bunch of martinis, and then I messaged Blake to come on my podcast.
Sweet.
So that's what I'm doing now, apparently, which is awesome. I love Drunk Me. Drunk Me is so fun.
Drunk You is so fun.
Very fun.
I've heard Drunk Me is good.
Oh, yeah? Okay,
I've heard good things.
I've heard good things about Drunk Drew.
So, Blake, welcome to the podcast. Let me ask you a question. Don't be nervous. Do you have a lot of experience watching Lifetime movies?
Maybe not Lifetime movies specifically. I have seen many a made-for-TV Disney flick or things like The Christmas Shoes and stuff like that.
The Christmas Shoes?
The Christmas Shoes.
Have
Tell
you
me
not
more.
heard of The Christmas Shoes?
No, what is this?
It is, in my opinion, the best made-for-TV movie that's ever been. It is based off of a country song of the same name.
I've heard the song.
Okay.
Yes. It is about a woman who is dying of cancer, and her son wants to buy her these beautiful shoes that he can't afford so that she has something nice to wear when she meets Jesus. It's very depressing.
What?
Yeah, it is extremely depressing.
Is that Hallmark? Is that a Hallmark
that sounds
movie?
like a Hallmark.
I think it's a Hallmark movie, yeah.
Who plays the mom? Judith Light? Please, Judith Light.
No, I don't remember what her name is right now. She was... She's played like someone's sister on like a Gilmore Girls type show or something like that.
Sure.
Ooh.
Melissa McCarthy. Yeah.
Sure.
Great. Okay.
We should do that one.
We should. Yes. What was it called? Christmas Shoes?
Christmas Shoes. Yeah.
Easy to remember. Great. Christmas Shoes. So, Blake, you also are like a little Chicago, like, not a little Chicago. I didn't mean to say that, like, belittling. But you're like Chicago comic guy, right?
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that while we're here.
Yeah, I actually have been working at a comic book store in the city and managing it for 4 years now. And I'm in the process of creating my own independently published comic book for the first time, which has been slow going thus far because I just had a move. So I moved into a new apartment and have taken about like the next last 2 months off. So
cool.
Getting back into it now.
Well, good.
Cool. What store? What comic book shop?
Yes.
I worked at the Graham Crackers Comics in Lakeview.
Yep.
Graham Crackers Comics.
I know that one.
You do?
Oh, yeah.
Never been. But maybe I should. Cool.
It's very good. I know I'm biased, but
you're biased.
It's a very good comic book shop.
But if you like comics, go there. Yes, but we're not here to talk about comics today because I don't know anything about comics.
No, and that's okay.
Or superhero things or anything like that.
Yeah.
But what I do know about is Stalked by My Ex, Lifetime movie.
Uh-oh.
2017, so came out last year.
I wonder what this one's about.
I bet you could guess. But it stars Tamara Braun and Yves Bright.
Yeah.
Yves?
YVES.
YVES. I
Who
don't
knows?
know.
Viers.
Fun fact about Tamara Braun. She was new Carly on General Hospital.
Oh.
Do you guys remember that?
No.
Replaced
I don't.
old Carly, who was Sarah Brown from VR Troopers.
Oh,
I did.
that I know about.
See,
I did not know that.
Yes.
Was she? So she was on like Days of Our Lives.
She's been on literally every soap opera possible.
Yeah.
So
I think that's kind of how that works with a lot of them, though. There's
Yes.
like characters that have crossed over into different soap operas over the years, and like actors that seem to be in all of them.
So soap operas could be my superhero movies, maybe?
There you go.
I think so.
I think so. Well, because do any soap operas is Days of Our Lives and like Young and the Restless in the same universe?
Well, they cross over a lot.
Do they?
Like when Marlena got
So they are in the same
possessed by the
universe.
devil.
Ooh, cool.
Like someone from another, like I think the priest was like Father John, and he was like from some other podcast, some other soap opera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good times.
That's cool.
But now soap operas are done, so it doesn't matter. They're over.
There's like nothing left.
I guess there's those Young and the Restless
And General Hospital.
and General Hospital.
That's it.
Isn't Days of Our Lives still? No.
Those done. Done. Okay. Jumping into the movie. So we have Chloe, okay? Chloe's the mom, Drew.
Okay.
And she has an ex. And you're going to find out why.
Uh-oh.
So she's like on the phone with the police and she's like, oh my God, my husband's gone crazy or whatever. Her husband, right?
Yeah, her husband.
And he's drunk and his name's Sam. And he's like kidnapping their daughter, Olivia, the little girl. And that little girl actress, by the way, amazing, right?
She was immediately the best actor in the film. Like
for the whole movie, she
Wow.
was definitely going for that daytime Emmy or like, whatever.
Get it,
Yeah.
girl.
She's like,
is this the
"No."
one? Is this Brittany spelled Brytnee?
Oh, Brittany.
Is that her real name?
Well, is it a child in the IMDb?
It's Olivia.
Yeah.
I don't,
Yes.
She doesn't look like a child.
No,
Oh,
no.
well, there's
There's
young Olivia.
This is young Olivia, so you'll have to
okay.
find young Olivia to give that actress a shout out. But good job, young Olivia. You were really good and like crying real tears.
Yeah.
And she's like, why is daddy stealing me? And Chloe's like, no, don't take my daughter. My favorite thing to say in a Lifetime movie, which they say a lot. Don't take my daughter! Don't take my daughter!
Yeah, this movie really did throw you like right into it.
Yeah, and so she like jumps in front of the car or something, like because he's like putting the daughter in the car and driving away, or maybe not jumping in front of the car. I don't really know.
So
Somehow,
she tells the daughter to run to Mrs. Chen's house because she's safe there.
Yes.
And so after that, the guy decides to leave, and he's in the car and he's backing out of the driveway, and she's standing in the driveway pointing and yelling things like, "You won't take my daughter." And don't come back here. And then he's like, oh, well, I've had enough of this, and just hits her. She
Yeah,
like rolls up onto the windshield and it breaks it. She rolls into the yard. She's lying there. And then, boom, 10 years later.
title credits. 10 years later,
Boom.
Is she dead? I was like, oh wow, she's dead.
She dead.
Like I thought it was like a flash forward type, like we
Right.
see how crazy the man is. He killed one and he'll kill
yeah.
another. But no, she's fine. 10 years later, she's with her grown-up daughter, Olivia, now.
Gotcha.
So Chloe is there. They're at a birthday party. And Olivia gets a call from her dad, Sam, from the state penitentiary. So he went to jail for hitting the mom and all that stuff. But for some reason, Olivia's been like communicating with him like every year, once a year or something.
Well, they mention at one point, very, very briefly, it gets glossed over very quick. He's actually incarcerated for like some sort of tax evasion or something like that.
Sure.
Because like the mom has to sit her down right after the phone call and is just like, well, there's more.
Yeah, you need to stay away from this man because he's getting out of prison soon. Maybe like his case is up for parole or whatever. So here's what happens. And she tells him the story about how he was physically abusive. And Olivia's like, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. But then Chloe's like, oh, no, he hit me with a car. So, like, he literally hit me with a car. So, I don't know what you want me to say. Like, if that's not physically abusive,
Yeah.
I don't know what is. I don't know what is. And Olivia's like, you're lying. He wouldn't do that.
Hey,
Oh, Mom.
Hey, honey, remember when I got hit by a car 10 years ago?
Well, and that's what she said. She's like, why wouldn't I remember that? And it's like, not my problem. Not my problem, daughter.
Not my problem.
It happened
with
to
it.
me.
Because you're a stupid 7-year-old.
Yes, but she's now like 16 maybe.
It is supposedly her 15th birthday,
Okay, there you
although
go.
the woman playing Olivia is very nearly 30.
She ain't.
No,
she
yes.
is
15.
She is very far from 15.
No.
She feels like bad that she didn't believe her mom, and she's like, okay, I won't talk to him. But she also was sending him like letters and stuff too.
Yeah, letters and drawings.
Oh, right, because she's an artist, Drew. So
Okay.
Like her mother and her grandmother before her. This entire family of women are all apparently very good artists.
yes, and artistry is like hereditary, right?
Right.
So that's how that goes. Like, what's another hereditary thing? I don't know.
Eye color.
Eye color, artistry, same thing, same idea.
Whether you can curl your tongue or not.
Right.
All these things.
Very similar. So
Yeah.
Sam, of course, gets out of jail and immediately starts looking for them because he's a villain.
Right.
No other reason. He's just the ex in the movie.
He's just evil.
And
He's the villain guy.
And he's like kind of handsome, I guess. He's fine.
Kind of. Yeah.
He didn't have his shirt off at all in this movie, which was disappointing.
I don't
Is
think
this
anybody
the
did.
is this the Yves? The Yves?
Yes, this must be Yves.
I mean, he's a good-looking guy.
He's handsome, but, I was like, if my boyfriend hit me by a car, I would want him to be really hot. So I could be
That's
like,
fair.
Yeah.
I forgive you.
I forgive you. You're hot.
I'm so sorry I was in the way of the car.
It was probably my fault.
It's my fault. Domestic abuse is not funny. Stop.
You had the
laughing.
right of way.
Yeah, right? No. So he shows up at their house. Oh, I missed like one little detail. Like Chloe and Olivia decide to like leave the house because they know that he's coming like eventually.
Okay.
So they like move in with Chloe's mom.
Okay.
Mary, I think is her name.
Yes.
And Chloe, before she leaves, tells her very cool neighbor, like this little old lady, she's like, don't tell anyone where we're going. Do not.
It was a really funny interaction. She's like, "Oh, Mrs. Chen," and they're like hugging, and like she's like, "Oh, I hope you all the happiness in the world in your new town." She goes, "Me too, but let's get real, Chen. Like, if anyone comes looking for us, don't you snitch." And she's
Don't
like,
you
"No, I would
fucking say a word,
I would
old lady."
never."
Yeah, she's
No,
like,
why?
I got your back. I'm
Yeah.
Mrs. Chen,
I'm
okay?
Mrs. Chen, dude.
Yeah.
I will take this to my grave.
I'm Mrs. Chen, bitch.
She wasn't even Asian.
She was not. That is accurate.
Just saying.
Maybe Mr. Chen
Oh,
was,
right.
maybe.
It, like, my mom's not Latinx. She's Serrano. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Okay.
Same thing. Good for her. Anyways, so yeah, so they're gone, but Sam shows up to the house and he has a single balloon, one balloon, saddest balloon I've ever seen, and like some really crappy flowers. And he is sorry, Hot Rod's in here and I'm
Here,
don't
you
know
want
what to do.
Oh, stop real quick.
Okay.
Kitty, get the fuck out of here. I know you want to hang out, but you can't.
He'll make all the noise. Okay. So he has a single balloon and flowers, right? And
Is it a red balloon and does he have a clown makeup
it
on?
wasn't a red balloon. I think it might have been yellow.
Something. I don't know.
It doesn't matter. It was like half deflated.
Okay.
You know, like they sent the like admin, they're like, hey, assistant, whatever, go pick up a balloon. Like, that's what I found. Like, okay, that'll work. Okay, that'll work, I guess.
That's fine. Action. I don't care.
Yeah, whatever.
Just-
So, of course, Sam goes to Mrs. Chen and he's like, hey, Mrs. Chen. Well, he doesn't know her name, but he's like, hey, what happened to this family? And she's like, they left and I don't know where they went. And I don't even know anything. I don't know their names.
Hell yeah, Chen.
I know nothing.
Yeah, Chen.
Hell yeah, Chen.
Immediately is just like, no, they're not here. And he goes, where did they go? Silence. Chen does not speak another word to Sam the rest of the interaction. He keeps asking questions. He wants more info.
Is she
She
just
stares
staring
him
at him?
dead in the face like,
Nice.
fuck you, man. I'm taking this
Chen.
shit to my grave.
Yes. And
Chen is killing it.
he realizes there's a for sale sign in the front of the house. Mm-hmm. So then he destroys the for sale sign because he's angry and mean and he's a villain. He's an X.
I'd also like to point out at this point that this is when the balloon leaves his hand and goes up into the sky. That actually.
Oh, that's so symbolic.
happen.
That's very symbolic. Well, you'd have to let the balloon go to destroy the sign.
Yeah.
So,
Like he's destroying the for sale sign just doesn't make the house for sale still.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
That's all you have to do.
and Mrs.
And
Chen
boom.
is like still in the shot, like standing on the periphery of like just watching it and just being like, nope,
like,
still not talking.
Uh-uh.
You can't,
No.
you can't intimidate
She
me.
does this like little flippant wave thing. She's like, ugh, this guy. As she walks into her house so that she can call Chloe and just like, yo, your man's sniffing around. You called it.
You
Yep,
man
she
sniffing.
immediately calls Mrs. Chen, second best actor in this movie. So
Such a good Judy.
Chloe's mom, there's like something, she's like estranged with the mom for some reason, and I don't think it ever gets cleared up. But they make it like a big mystery, you know? And so the mom is like happy to have them. She takes them in the home, but it's tense, okay? And
Okay.
Chloe needs to find a new job, so she goes to lunch with her friend from high school, and her friend's name is Alexis.
Ugh.
And Alexis,
One of my notes that I took is Alexis is terrible.
yes,
She
Alexis
is a bad friend.
is terrible. Alexis, okay,
Laura Martinez Cunningham.
yes,
That's her name.
well,
Damn, she's in a lot of stuff.
she was like,
Like real movies.
oh, really?
Yeah, Book of Eli,
Oh.
Cesario, or Sicario.
Sicario.
Yeah.
Even I know that. So she's talking to Alexis, and they're at like lunch, and Alexis orders wine, which I was like, oh, I like her. Like, I liked her right away.
That was her only redeeming quality for me.
She tricked me. But we'll get to it. Drew, don't worry.
Okay.
So they're catching up, and they realize that Chloe is interviewing for a marketing position at Alexis's job. So Alexis has a job at Kimmy Cole's. It's like a fashion place.
Where everyone dresses like they went to Macy's.
Mhm.
Right.
Okay.
So Alexis is like, oh, well, when you're at your interview, stop by and say hi to me. And, Chloe's like, sure, great. That's so helpful that I have an in. So she's leaving, like Chloe's leaving the lunch, and she runs into this hot cop named Brian,
Okay.
also high school friend. Mm-hmm. And he's like, all smiles, like, hey, like, let's meet up. Let's catch up. Like,
The whitest teeth you've ever seen on anyone.
yes.
Incredible.
Yes. I thought I had white teeth, but
Is it
no.
The sergeant.
Yes.
the Brian you said?
Brian,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a good looking dude.
He's very handsome. And she was just like, so like, they were flirting. They had like good chemistry. I was very into them. So meanwhile, Olivia, the daughter, remember her? Mm-hmm. She kind of has a side storyline that doesn't really matter, but she is now making friends with Alexis's daughter. Okay. So like Chloe and Alexis are friends. Olivia and Abby is the girl. They're friends.
Okay.
So Alexis
Yeah.
has a meeting with her boss now, right? Because she actually wants the marketing job that Chloe's applying for. So she wants the job.
Mm.
And she goes to tell her boss that Chloe is like kind of not the best applicant, and maybe she should be the person for the job. Yeah?
What? Wait. So, who?
Alexis, the friend who drinks wine,
Yes.
wants the job that Chloe is applying for
Okay.
at her company.
Gotcha.
And she like throws Chloe under the bus, and is like, she was like kind of crazy in high school, just like talking trash about her from high school, which is,
I hate Alexis. When they first sat down to lunch, I do want to point out her immediate thing that her like first question was just like, well, I thought you were never coming back here.
yeah.
And like she was kind of catty about it, and then just goes right in like, so you got divorced. I'm like, whoa, this is
Right.
happening really quick. You're really nosy.
She's like that type of friend who like is like very happy for you, like to your face, but
Oh,
then
yeah.
like behind your back, she's like super jealous of everything. Which
Ugh.
that is not a friend. That is
No.
not a good friend.
No, she is not a friend. She is not your friend.
No. So back to Sam now. He's like, he books a showing for the house after he destroyed the sign. I guess he like pieced together the phone number and called the realtor. And he's like walking through the house and like kind of like going through like things he shouldn't be. I don't really know if he found anything, just like a picture that Olivia drew.
Yeah, he mostly just like went through. Also, there was like no artwork hanging up on the walls. Like it was very obvious that like they were just like they had just enough budget to put a bed in there and a dresser for him to look through.
Yes.
And that was the end of the set dressing
Yeah.
for them for
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, yeah. They don't.
Yes.
Right, you're not going to worry about it. I don't know. It's a room. It's a bedroom.
It was a pointless scene because the realtor just catches him and throws him out. But then he finds the computer. Like he has a friend who's like taking him in, and he like finds Olivia's social media presence, and he can like
there
track
it
down
is.
like where she is. So he like does a lot of like snooping from her social media, snap off.
It was some quality detective work. He like sees her in the picture with what's her name, Abby.
Yeah.
And then goes to Abby's profile, sees that she's wearing a Westridge hoodie or whatever, and he's like, "Oh, Westridge, I'll look up that town. Now I know where they're at."
Yeah. So he like finds the town.
Okay.
And he somehow figures out that Chloe is interviewing at Kimmy Cole's, Alexis's job. Mm-hmm. And he calls Alexis directly and is like, "Hey, my wife and daughter live in your town, and she's applying at your job, but I'm coming for like a surprise belated birthday thing. So would you like let me know and like what their address is and like where they are? Like leaves a message, right?
Mm-hmm. Can you tell? I'm the father and
right
husband of these people. Where are they?
Yeah, exactly. a weird message to get.
Yeah, we're very close. It's like, I love my wife and daughter. I just love them. Where do they live now?
Right. Nothing weird about that. So Chloe has her interview at Kimmy Cole's, and her outfit, actually, I liked her outfit here. It was pretty hot. She had like a pink little
Little
peak
thing.
hole like tank toppy thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not explaining it well, but it's fine. It was nice, and
she rocked it. Like
she did. She looked
I'm
good.
Definitely Team Chloe. She is great. She is a stunning actress.
Yeah.
And she was actually not. She was like CW grade.
third
acting.
best actor in
Yeah.
the movie. Third best
Third
actor.
best.
Chloe.
Chloe.
The main
The main
character.
actor. Yes, that's usually how it goes.
Right.
So Chloe goes on her interview, and the boss is like the worst. Like
It was such an awkward interview.
yeah, and his
So
jokes.
uncomfortable.
He's telling jokes like, "Hey, find me. My door's always opened, unless it's not."
Unless
What?
it's closed.
does
Yeah,
that
unless my
mean?
door's closed, it's always opened.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
okay.
Oh,
But
man.
she's like, ha ha ha, good joke. Give me the job, please. And he's like, you're way overqualified, but I'm going to think about it and I'll let you know. So he thinks about it and he calls her and he's like, you got the job. So
Okay.
that's good. And Chloe's very excited. She calls Alexis, her best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Or does Alexis call her? Doesn't matter. Somehow they get on the phones together.
Alexis called about the weird message.
Oh, right.
And that's when she's like, oh, speaking of weird messages, I got the job. And she's like, oh, never mind.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
so she doesn't give her the message that her
No.
husband is tracking her down.
She called
because
to
she
like
had to-
be a friend, but then she got jealous because she's a jealous friend, and then withheld that this crazy ex-man left the weird message.
Okay.
And then calls him and is like, oh, you want that Addy? Because I got it all of a sudden.
What? Here's the address.
Oh, by the way, they're going to be at the picnic tomorrow. You should be there.
Yes. Yes.
Fucking
Alexis, the worst.
Alexis is the worst.
So-
She's the villain.
Yes.
But in her defense, because, I like her because she drank wine in one scene. She doesn't know what about all this past history. She doesn't know she got hit by a car. She doesn't know that.
That's fair.
She knows that she's up to no good.
Yes. If Olivia didn't
knows she up to no
know
good.
that her mom got hit by a car, how's Alexis supposed to know?
But I mean, look, weird dude saying that he's the wife, that he's the husband and father.
And doesn't know where they are. And just got out of jail. I've just got out of jail. No big deal.
Yeah, he never tells Alexis that he got out of jail. He just has been gone for an undisclosed amount of time
Yeah, he
for
just said-
no reason given and just doesn't seem to know where his family is, but he's sure that they're all going to get along just fine as soon as he finds them.
Where my
Yes.
where my family? Where my family though?
I think that's a book. Like, where's my mother? And it's like, where's my family that I abused?
Where my family at?
Oh, boy.
It's a children's book.
So Sam gets to the town now and renames himself Henry because you got to have someone changing their name in a Lifetime movie, of course.
Uh-huh.
And he gets to this place on a deserted edge of town. Like, there's a waitress that's like, my uncle or grandpa owns this place to rent out. So it's an old man landlord, and he's like very like cantankerous.
He's very crotchety.
Yes. And he gets mad at Sam. I'm kind of jumping here a little bit. He gets mad at Sam for like putting a psycho serial killer stalker wall up in the house.
What?
So Sam rents a bedroom, right? And immediately puts like pictures of Chloe and Olivia and circles
Talking, like,
maps.
strings
with
on
strings and stuff?
thumbtacks.
Yeah.
and
Yep.
The whole
Puts
murder
that
board.
whole thing up. So the old man is like, "Hey, what? Not worried about the content on the wall. Hey, you put screws in my wall, and I didn't say you could screw things in my wall. He's
Yeah,
like
that's-
really mad.
That's his issue.
He's screwing paper into the wall.
Right.
Yeah, not once does he look and say, "Is that a murder board?
Is that a
Yeah,
murder board?
is that a psycho
Are you planning to
serial
kill
killer?
those women?"
No. And, if he was more chill about the screws in his wall, he might have lived because Sam kills him.
Oh,
Kicks him to death. Like one
just kicks him
like
to death.
pushes him over. He's like, a very he's a
old
very
man.
old gentleman with
he's
a
an old
cane
dude.
and everything else. So he like pushes him down and then gives him one swift kick to the gut and then very calmly drags him out back and puts him in the back of a pickup.
Yep.
And just leaves him there with a tarp on him.
Throws him in the back of the truck.
Super nonchalant.
Very sociopath. Is that what that is? Sociopath?
Yeah, I mean
Yep.
there's a lot of things in there.
Right.
But yeah,
That's a lot to unpack.
that's one of them. That's one of the things.
So now that, he has this whole house to himself, Sam starts like kind of following Chloe around, and he like runs into Mary, the mom, at the grocery store or hardware store or something.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Let me help you with your bags." And then Chloe's like, comes up. And Mary's like, "Some nice man just helped me with a thing." Chloe's like, "Oh, that was Sam. I know it. I didn't see him, but I just have a feeling."
I just knew.
Yeah,
I, just know.
I respect the hell out of her, like walking up like, "Someone helped you?" Chivalry's dead. This isn't right.
Right.
Just
No,
very
that's
calmly, just
impossible.
like, yeah, he was probably trying to murder me because there's no way a man is nice.
Right. So she feels weird, and she tells Olivia to be extra careful. And Sam's like lurking around the house, like looking in the windows and like driving by, like in his car, like looking out, like all the stalkery things.
Yeah.
Because we have to get the stalker part in there. We haven't really gotten much stalking yet. Mm-hmm. I thought there would be. That was the extent of the stalking, really.
Yeah, it really was a lot of like very obviously standing across the street, kind of behind a tree. Or like
Yeah.
3 parking spots away in your car with the windows fully down and definitely not tinted at all.
Exactly. Not the best stalker. Maybe it should have been like killer ex-boyfriend or like something like
Yeah.
that. I don't
Yeah.
know. But Chloe,
There's probably already a movie
speaking
called
of
that.
boyfriends, her and Brian, they like go to lunch and like they're starting to like hit it off. And then at this point, when he's like, Sam is looking like from behind a tree and sees Chloe and Brian totally making out.
Woo!
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
And it was like good making out.
It was like some decent.
It was very cute. They have
makeouts.
great chemistry on screen.
Really good
Their scenes
chemistry.
together were very
All
good.
right.
So that was very exciting. And Sam reaches out to Alexis again. And he's like telling her about this. Like, don't tell Chloe about the surprise party. Don't tell her that I'm coming to this picnic thing. Mm-hmm. And she's like, okay, I won't. Nothing weird about that you called me to tell me that. So
Also, how did you get my number? Who cares?
whatever.
Here's all the information you need.
So the old man landlord guy, his waitress granddaughter, whoever she is, notices that he's been gone for a while, and she tells hot cop Brian to like go check it out because she's like, "You're a cop, you're hot. You should probably go check on my grandpa." Mm-hmm. So he goes to the house. Does he find the crazy wall, or he's like he basically finds the body.
Yeah, I don't think he initially he doesn't enter the house initially. He doesn't. He looks inside and doesn't see anyone there, so he happens to just decide to go walk to the garage out back where
Yes.
there's very obviously a body under a tarp.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Like just in a pickup truck, garage door open, full daylight.
sure, whatever.
There it is.
And of course, he gets hit in the back of the head with a shovel by Sam.
Okay.
Because Sam just happens to be there. And he
And
ties him up.
This is Brian that
Brian,
gets hit? Okay.
yep. He gets tied up, and his cell phone gets thrown in like the field or whatever. And then we are done. Like he's dead? I don't know. Maybe.
He's tied up with single zip ties, one around his wrist and one around his ankles, and he is just left there on the ground approximately 2 feet from a hacksaw. So, like, no way he's getting out of that one.
Right.
Okay.
Setting it up, Lifetime.
Spoilers.
And but he's a cop.
He's a
Right.
cop. Yeah.
And although he was not in uniform, he did have a gun on him, which Sam did see and take.
And he
so
took
he
it.
is now armed.
He's now
Yes.
armed with a gun.
Very good details there, Blake,
Very
because
good.
I think I was on my second glass of wine now, so I missed all that.
Everyone just would have assumed that he's going around killing everyone with kicks.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Alexis and Chloe get into a fight about something, but they make up very quickly at the picnic thing. And now they're friends and coworkers, and it's so great. And Olivia and Abby are like, this picnic's lame. We want to go to this other party. So they're going to like wait for a ride, and they're like waiting for their ride. And then Sam shows up, and he's like, hey, daughter, it's
Hey.
me. And she knows to be careful, so she's like, what's happening? She's like, playing it cool. She doesn't want to like embarrass herself in front of Abby, I guess. So she's just like talking like normal, like, oh, we're good. We don't need a ride. We're fine. We have someone coming. And he's like, no, you're coming with me. And he like shows her the gun like in his back pocket type of thing.
He grabs her and embraces her very tight and makes sure that she can see the gun over his shoulder poking out of the back of his pants. It was a very weird camera angle, but you got the idea.
Okay.
So she's like, okay, we're going now. And Abby's like, are you sure you want to go with him? Like, this seems weird.
It was very weird.
And he like throws her in the car and drives off. And then Abby is like, Mom, some weird man just took Olivia. And Alexis is like, oh, that's just her dad. He just wanted to find her. And Chloe's like, what? What are you saying right now? And she's like, oh, yeah, he called and left a message. No big deal. I told him your address. I gave him your social security number. Whatever. It's fine. Right? And Chloe's like, you dumb bitch. This is like when she
Yeah,
just...
Chloe erupted.
Yeah. And
Hurricane Chloe was
stupid
on the
bitch.
scene.
she just like freaks out on her and she,
Loses her
like,
shit. Now
you
Alexis
don't
is like,
know
I don't
anything. Yeah, it was great. And then she like runs off. She just like runs
Just runs. Just
Runs.
any
to
direction.
like go get back her daughter.
She uses a tracker app on the
Yes.
phone. And I also want to point out that not only does she do this, and I'm sure every white suburban mom at home is just like, oh my God, I knew that was a good idea. Previously, in the movie, like we mentioned that he does deduce through the magic of social media stalking exactly what their residence is somehow. But at one point, she like Olivia takes a photo with her friend Abby or something and like goes to post it online, and her mom even says like, "Oh, you got to be careful with social media. People can find you that way."
Yeah. Yep. This movie was very social media shaming and like shaming the young generation like me.
Yeah.
So I felt very attacked. I'm 17.
I'm 17.
I'm
years old.
17. Anyways,
I'm 17. I do look like I'm 30 something, but I
whatever, Drew.
Luckily, he was able to find all the social media by very easily typing it into Google, and it was always the first result, which was also a paid ad.
Right.
Oh yeah.
He would
You
just
know,
search a
that's how-
name, and their social media would pop up. The first paid ad just happens to be their social media page, because that's how the internet works.
Hey, if my podcast could be the first thing you look up when you look up Lifetime,
Hey.
I think we're
That would be it.
we're on there somewhere.
Yeah, we're on there somewhere.
Okay. Anyways,
You'll
so
see
we're at the house on the edge of town, and Sam's talking to Olivia, and he's like, I just want us to like repair a relationship, and I'm not really crazy. I'm just want to be your dad. And he's like, I haven't changed from being your dad. I just was in jail. No big deal. And they're talking, and Brian's like waking up in the garage, and he gets that saw and just starts undoing his things.
Very, very easily.
Okay, yeah.
With minimum effort.
Yes. And Olivia tries to get away from Sam. They're like running around the house. Like, I think she runs to the bathroom and
Yeah,
like,
she excuses herself to go to the bathroom,
So
and upon
polite.
leaving the bathroom, sees the murder board.
Oh yeah, okay.
And it's
she's
just like, oh, this
like,
isn't kosher.
this confirms
No.
that the gun, I was willing to forgive him. The board,
More
too
Hitting
far.
my mom with a car. I'll
Fine.
send you some drawings in jail.
Right. But
where
a psycho
is
board?
this? Do they say, or is it just
LA-ish.
undisclosed? Okay.
I don't know where they went to, where
Yeah,
they're
they
from.
moved to some just like small town. It's never. We know that it's across state lines and it's no longer in California because the fact that he comes to the town violates his parole.
Gotcha.
Yes,
Okay.
and Brian was like on top of that too.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, I'm looking this guy up. I got all his info. Like, don't worry,
I'll
Chloe.
find him."
I'll get him." And he does. So he intervenes,
Yay.
and he's like fighting with Sam. And then Chloe arrives, of course, and she grabs the gun from somewhere and she shoots Sam. Dead. Shoots him dead.
Fucking kills him.
Yeah, I don't even think
It's-
there was
wow.
a.
It's very unclear what his status after that gunshot was. She like shoots him and then Brian is just like very seriously like, okay, give me the gun. I'm like, come on, give me the gun right now.
Yeah.
It's a very tense situation. He's afraid she'll now shoot everyone for no reason. I don't know. He's very serious about getting the gun.
Once you shoot one person,
he crouches
you can't
down,
stop.
touches Sam's neck briefly, and then just turns around and makes eye contact with Chloe. And that is the end of the scene. We don't know.
Oh, he doesn't do like a shaking head
No,
shake
nothing.
or anything?
We have no idea whether it's just like, oh, he's alive, or no, he's gone now. He just, I think someone says like, it's over.
How subtle.
Yeah. I think we get a shot of like a body bag, like kind of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's like a panning thing. But then they all head back home to Mary's house, and they all just like
Hug on the porch.
hug on the front step. Yeah.
They just so she just murdered the guy.
Yeah.
She just murdered him.
And,
I mean, he deserved it. Right?
Yeah.
But that's and then they just be like, well, that's it.
that's it.
Movie over.
Yes. So that wraps up Stalked by My Ex.
Good thing. Good thing
Yes.
he got hit. What was coming to him?
He did. Drew, this movie was directed by Danny J. Boyle.
Okay.
Not Danny Boyle from Slumdog Millionaire.
Not that one.
Don't get him confused. There's a J there, just so you are aware. So, on the podcast, we either pour it up or put a cork in it. Blake, what are you going to do to this movie?
I don't, maybe sip it lightly, but not necessarily finish it. It was a movie I watched.
Yes.
It's probably I can say that about it for sure.
That's a quote on there. It is a movie I watched.
I don't know that it is a movie I will rewatch.
Sure.
Yeah.
There were just a few disconnects here and there. There was this really weird scene where what is it? The mom, Mary, and
Chloe.
And Chloe are having a conversation where Mary tries to bestow upon her a quilt that she's finished, and she said, "Here, I want to give this to you for your bed. This is a nice thing." And she pretty much is just like, "Maybe you should give the fucking quilt to Olivia, because I don't want it." And it's like really weird and like really tense. And Mary's just kind of like, "Oh." I mean, I guess if you think that that's what I should do. Like, really depressed and sad. It never is brought up again.
Never.
And they get along just fine for the rest of the movie.
Huh.
No animosity, no weirdness.
The tension with the mom stuff was so weird because it didn't ever get defined and it didn't ever really get resolved.
But it just was resolved by the end.
Right,
we just
because
didn't
they're hugging on the porch.
see it.
So we love that.
It's so realistic, you know.
Drew, what are you going to do to this movie?
I don't know. You know, I think I'm gonna put a cork in it.
And why?
On this one, it was confusing. There's the whole thing with like the best friend from high. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I just no. Unless they like really went into high. You know, like high school. This is where I went to high school, and so then there's tension with other. I don't know. I didn't. Like in the job thing. Like what? Who? Why? I don't know.
Well,
I think they were really trying to like pour on the fact that this is a small town and everyone knows everything. Like Chloe had a conversation in a public street with Sergeant Brian, and then within the 5 minutes it takes her to get home, she walks in. Mary is spraying water on the leaves of her ferns and wiping them off. I don't really know why she's doing that, but that is what she's doing. For
that's
the
what
whole
you
scene.
do with ferns.
And she goes, "So, I hear you were having a conversation with Sergeant Brian." She's like, "What? How do you know that already?"
So quick.
Mm-hmm.
Mary's like, "Oh, everybody talks."
I mean,
It's true.
It's no.
Yes.
I'm putting a cork in it. I didn't like what you guys were telling me.
I think I also am going to put a cork in it because Lifetime should have leaned into making Alexis like a villain or like whatever. Like they kind of made it seem like she's a villain by circumstance, and it's just like she couldn't help it. You know what I mean? But she
just didn't know any better.
Yeah, but she was pretty evil. So I would have liked it if she was like more conniving and like just like hated Chloe for like something that happened in high school, and then we could tie that together. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, then that would. Yeah, I could see that.
That would be nice.
There's a lot left unsaid here. I feel like we watched half a movie.
Yes, and there was all this like things that they could have cut to like make things just a little bit tighter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we started off with a scene of the whole car thing happening, and then within 5 minutes, the main character in detail narrates what we just saw in the previous scene.
Oh, yeah. That's the worst.
Right. The movie's only an hour and a half. We don't need that.
You know, like what could have been a thing is like, so she is like, or Alexis is actually the villain, and we find that the dad and husband is actually really, he just wants to, he's out of prison. He misses his family.
Yes.
He doesn't want, he's good. He's better. He paid his
didn't
time.
mean to hit her with the car.
I didn't mean to do that. Fuck me.
He's changed. Yeah, that would be great, but that didn't happen.
That didn't happen.
Okay, well, that wraps up our conversation about Stalked by My Ex. Blake, where can we find you on social media? Do you have anything you'd like to plug in this section of the podcast?
I am all over the place on social media. I'm just my name on Facebook. And then on Instagram, I am Eggs and Blaken. And on Twitter, I am Extra Blaken, because another gentleman named Blake D has the screen name Eggs and Blaken, and he does not use it and has not responded to my tweets that I've directed at him asking if I can have it.
Yeah.
I'm not bitter.
Change it, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, change it, dude, on Twitter. Blake
Right.
on Twitter.
Me and Drew don't like Twitter, though.
No, I hate Twitter.
It's a lot. People are mean there.
Oh.
It's scary. Twitter's a scary fucking place, man.
It's dangerous.
I don't like it.
Have an ex come and find you from Twitter.
Yep.
Yeah.
It would be scary.
Yep.
Drew, where can we find you?
You can find me on Drew But With Pants, or on Instagram.
Yes.
Drew But With Pants.
Wonderful. And you can find me at Patrick Miguel. You can also follow the podcast at Lifetime on Court. Don't forget to rate and review us on Apple Podcast. What else do I have to say? Oh, we have a website, lifetimeoncourt.com. Sorry, I haven't done this in a while, and I forget what my outro is. But
that's fine.
Yeah, great, wonderful.
You got it all.
You got it all. No, you got it all.
Where my family at?
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.